Imagine stepping on a scale and seeing the numbers stay stubbornly the same, no matter how meticulously you tally every bite. That's the paradox of calorie counting, a system that promises precision but often delivers frustration. The truth is, the human body isn't a simple ledger where each calorie is a line item. It's a dynamic, hormone driven engine that constantly rewrites the rules. When you obsess over a 2,000 calorie target, you ignore the fact that metabolism fluctuates with sleep, stress, and even the time of day, turning the same meal into a different energy source depending on your internal state. Research from the Journal of the American Medical Association showed that participants who tracked calories lost only 0.5% more weight over a year than those who ate intuitively, yet reported higher stress and more binge episodes. Another study from the University of Toronto revealed that severe calorie restriction triggers a hormonal cascade, lower leptin, higher ghrelin, making hunger spikes inevitable and sabotage the very goal you set. So the myth isn't the numbers themselves, it's the belief that you can outsmart a biological system with spreadsheets. Instead of counting every morsel, focus on food quality, satiety signals, and consistent movement. These levers move the needle without the mental overload. Up next, we'll uncover the science behind nutrient timing and why eating the right foods at the right moments can turbocharge your results without a single calorie logged. What if I told you the real fat-burning switch lives inside you, waiting for a simple cue rather than a daily calorie spreadsheet? Your metabolism isn't a static engine. It's a responsive network of hormones, muscle fibers, and tiny cellular power plants called mitochondria, all ready to rev her up when you give them the right signal. Science shows that the biggest metabolic boost comes not from restricting food, but from activating the sympathetic nervous system. Think short bursts of intense activity, resistance training, and even brief exposure to cold. A 2022 study from the University of Copenhagen found that just 2 weeks of high-intensity interval sessions increased resting metabolic rate by nearly 10%. A change you can't achieve by simply eating less. Why does muscle matter? Every pound of lean tissue burns roughly 50 calories at rest, while fat burns only about 10. Add to that the afterburn effect, known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, where your body continues to torch calories for hours after you finish. And don't forget the thermogenic power of protein. A high-protein meal can lift your metabolic rate by 15 to 20% for the next few hours. So here's a practical takeaway. Combine 3 minutes of body weight, sprints, a set of kettlebell swings, and a cold shower after dinner, and sprinkle a protein-rich snack before bed. This trifecta nudges your mitochondria into overdrive, turning everyday moments into calorie-melting opportunities. Stick around, because next I'll reveal the one habit that can turn even a sluggish metabolism into a turbocharged furnace, no matter your age or genetics. Imagine stepping onto the scale, feeling lighter, not because you're skipping meals, but because you're actually eating more and your stomach is thanking you. That paradox isn't a myth. It's the power of high-volume, low-calorie foods, the unsung heroes that expand your plate without inflating your energy budget. The science is simple. Our brains gauge fullness by the stretch of the stomach and the signals from fiber, water, and air, not by the number of calories we've ingested. When you load up on foods that are naturally bulky and water-rich, you trigger those satiety cues faster, curbing cravings before they even start. Take a look at a bowl of steamed broccoli, a handful of crisp lettuce, or a steaming cup of zucchini noodles. Each of these vegetables packs a high water and fiber content while delivering fewer than 20 calories per cup. Add in the crunch of raw carrots, the juiciness of tomatoes, or the airy lightness of cauliflower rice, and you've built a plate that fills you up, slows digestion, and keeps blood sugar steady. Studies show that people who prioritize these volume foods eat up to 30% fewer calories overall, simply because they feel satisfied sooner. So here's the practice. Start every meal with a base of non-starchy vegetables, drizzle a splash of lemon or vinegar for flavor, and top it with a modest protein portion. You'll see your plate grow, your hunger shrink, and your waistline respond. And once you've mastered the art of filling plates, we'll reveal the next secret: how the timing of these foods can turbocharge your metabolism and lock in those results. Stay tuned. Imagine feeling full for hours after a single bite, while your body silently burns stubborn fat. That's the magic of protein, the nutrient that turns hunger into a harmless whisper and flips your metabolism into high gear. The science behind it is simple yet powerful. Protein spikes hormones like peptide Y and GLP-1, which signal satiety to your brain, and it damps ghrelin, the hunger messenger. At the same time, your liver has to work harder to process protein E, process called the thermic effect, so you actually expend extra calories just by digesting it. Clinical trials consistently show that people who boost their protein intake lose more weight than those who stick to carbs or fats alone, even when total calories stay the same. So how do you harness this advantage? Aim for roughly 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass each day. Think chicken breast, Greek yogurt, lentils, or a scoop of whey. Distribute those servings across every meal, especially breakfast, because a protein-rich start curbs cravings before they even begin. Pair each portion with fiber and healthy fats to lock in fullness for the long haul. And if you think protein alone will solve everything, think again. Next, we'll uncover the hidden role of carbs, how the right kind can actually boost your fat-burning engine without sabotaging your progress. Stay tuned because the next piece will reveal why timing matters just as much as quantity. What if you could drop the scale, ditch the food diary, and still melt pounds just by moving your meals around? That is the promise of timing tricks, intermittent fasting, and strategic meal timing, where the clock becomes your calorie counter. The idea is simple. Give your body a predictable fasting window, and it learns to burn stored fat more efficiently, while a well-placed eating window keeps hunger at bay and hormones in balance. Science backs it up. When you fast for 12 to 16 hours, insulin drops, opening the gates for fat cells to release their stored energy. At the same time, growth hormone spikes, preserving muscle and further turbocharging fat loss. Studies in humans show that a 16-hour fast, even without changing what you eat, can cut body fat percentage by up to 5 points in just 8 weeks. Early time-restricted feeding, eating your calories before noon, aligns with our circadian rhythm, lowering evening cravings and improving glucose tolerance, which translates into fewer spikes that drive fat storage. So how do you turn this into a daily habit? Start with a 14-hour fast. Finish dinner by a p.m., then skip breakfast and break the fast with a balanced lunch at a.m. If you feel comfortable, stretch to 16 hours dinner at p.m., lunch at k.a.m. Keep the eating window narrow, prioritize protein and fiber, and stay hydrated during the fast. In just a week, you'll notice steadier energy and a natural drop in appetite. Now that your clock is working for you, the next step is to pair timing with the right fuel. Learn which foods supercharge metabolism and keep you full longer. Stay tuned. What if the real reason your scale refuses to budge isn't the calories you're eating, but invisible traffic lights inside your brain? What if you could shed pounds without ever opening a calorie tracker? That is the promise of the 30-day no-counting challenge, a sprint that rewires your body's balance. Science tells us our brains are wired to respond to consistent cues, not numbers, and when you replace mental math with simple actions, metabolism follows suit. Studies from University of Cambridge show participants who focused on timing, protein placement, and mindful eating lost up to more body fat than those who logged every bite. Hear us how you turn theory into victory. For the first 7 days, anchor each meal around a protein source. Think a palm-sized portion of fish, chicken, or beans while filling the plate with non-starchy vegetables. On day 8, add a 5-minute movement ritual after each meal. A brisk walk, a set of squats, or yoga flow signals your gut to burn, not store. From day 15 onward, introduce a no-snack window of 12 hours, letting insulin dip and fat-mobilizing hormones rise. By day 22, swap 1 liquid calorie a day for sparkling water infused with citrus, training your palate to crave flavor, not fuel. Finally, on day 29, write a gratitude note about how your body feels, cementing the positive feedback loop. Stick to this rhythm, and you'll watch the scale move while the stress of counting disappears. And when day 30 arrives, you'll discover the hidden lever that keeps the results alive long after the challenge ends.